Hello and welcome back to Management Snippets. This time over, we are going to take up a very interesting subject that is about business lunches or informal sessions with customers. So that's exactly why I'm wearing a t-shirt today. So for an informal session or a business lunch or a dinner with a customer, you don't go in a suit, right? You're supposed to go in an informal way. But now the question is how informal you can get with customers. So we are getting into the serious issue here, wherein a business lunch or a dinner or informal meetings with customers. Uh, Normally, it is a very confusing state of thing for a salesperson because you don't know to what extent you can open up with the customer, to what extent you can get closer to the customer, to what extent you can share details with the customer. And this is a very tricky thing. So with an experienced customer, very senior or experienced customer who is a little bit cunning in nature, he can manipulate a young salesperson to get a lot of information from the salesperson. Since being an informal way, you get a chance to interact in a way wherein there are no hassles, and the salesperson ends up giving up a lot of details without knowing that he's in divulging some of the details which he should not have been otherwise. Now, coming back to the subject of business lunch, uh, how informal you can get, this question is depends on the customer's comfort also, because as I have told touched upon in one of my previous episodes, that culturally people are different. And for example, with an American, you can get closer, but maybe a British person is having a stiff upper lip. These are all generalizations. Does not mean that they are like that. No, there are cultural nuances of people, wherein if people from the Far East who are a little bit conservative, whereas people from the open economies like the US and all, they are open. With the French, they are all very open for discussions. So that depends on person to person again. So you have to gauge, irrespective of the cultural, you would cultural labels that you might be giving to people. But still, it depends on a person to person that how closer you can get, what all you can discuss. Can you, so these are all things which you have to gauge a person. And maybe with the cultural background also, you can just check up and then cross check people with that. You can be a little bit defensive in the beginning, and then as and when the time goes by, you can get closer to a customer or start maintaining the same distance with the customer. Coming back to say having drinks or something with the customer, it has to be very, you have to gauge the customer, the comfort level to which, proximity level the customer is allowing you. The drinking also, you're not going there to drink just for anything like a binge drinking, right? You're going for a drinking for companion's sake. Rather, as a salesperson, you are the host. You are supposed to be in control. You are, if at all you are drinking, you are drinking it for giving company to the customer, not to the extent of you going to sit there and enjoy. No. And then you should be, even under the influence of alcohol, also, you should be able to control what all you are divulging to the customer. Should not happen that under the uh, influence of alcohol, you end up giving more details to the customer than you should not have otherwise. So keep a check on that. And the topics of discussion is a confusing thing. You cannot discuss. You're not supposed to discuss business. Well, on a, though it is called a business lunch, which is a misnomer. You're not supposed to discuss business. You're supposed to be go for informal talk. Say you can talk about the general things like sports or the general cultural things, the tourist spots. All these things are should be the subjects of discussion, not a business. So okay, you can touch upon. Finally, you're doing it for business. That's understood. You have to touch upon business, but in a very subtle way, and then it should not appear that you are there to discuss business. business naturally comes in because both of you are there for the purpose of business. You're not there to discuss cinema. You're not there to discuss sports. You're not there to discuss about Taj Mahal. You want to discuss about business. So the discussion will percolate down to that. But it has to. There is a way to it. And as and when you discuss, never allow the informal atmosphere, informal environment of, say, having drinks or having somebody dancing there should not go into your head, and then you should not go out of the way and divulge details or go for an early settlement or, you know, go for accepting some of the terms and conditions which otherwise you would not have accepted. So be wary of a very experienced customer who can manipulate you and then make you agree to some of the terms and conditions or even prices and some of the information that he or she may take away from you under the guise of a informal setting. So this should be you should be wary of. So that's what I was just wanted to discuss about this topic of business lunch or informal sessions, dinners with customer, which is a very tricky subject. So this has to be kept in mind when dealing with such, especially if you are a novice into the field. If you are an experienced person, I don't have to tell you, you must have experienced, and then you can make out how to take it forward. But if you are not experienced, then you should be a little bit cautious about such customers who may take you for a ride. Maybe outsmart you. The right word is to outsmart you. So you should not be, should not allow somebody to outsmart you, or the least you should allow is to take you for a ride. Thank you so much.